A birthday party at the lighthouse. Every town has its unique features, and for the coastal town of Havenbrook, it was the old lighthouse that stood tall, overlooking the vast blue sea. Built in the early 1800s, the lighthouse had witnessed countless sunrises, storms, and ship voyages. Over the years, it became more than just a beacon for ships. It turned into a symbol of hope and resilience for the people of Havenbrook. One summer, as the town was bathed in the golden glow of the setting sun, a group of youngsters decided to do something extraordinary. Jake, who was about to turn 17, proposed an idea to his friends: "How about celebrating my birthday at the lighthouse this year?" His friends, always up for an adventure, agreed enthusiastically. The lighthouse, though functional, was rarely visited. This made the idea all the more appealing. The group began their preparations. They would need lanterns, food, a portable music system, and, of course, the birthday cake. Over the next week, the youngsters gathered the necessary items, their excitement growing with each passing day. On the evening of Jake's birthday, the group made their way to the lighthouse, carrying bags full of supplies. The climb up was tiring, but the view from the top was worth every step. As they set up, the entire town of Havenbrook could be seen, with twinkling lights that mirrored the stars above. The party began with the usual festivities, music, dancing, and laughter echoing within the confines of the lighthouse. But as midnight approached, Clara, Jake's best friend since childhood, had a surprise. She led everyone to the balcony that circled the lighthouse. In her hand was an old brass telescope. "I thought we could do some stargazing," she said with a grin. As the group took turns peeking through the telescope, Jake felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Here he was, surrounded by his best friends, celebrating his birthday at one of the most iconic spots in town. But the night had another surprise in store. A sudden flurry of shooting stars adorned the sky, leaving everyone in awe. The group made wishes, their eyes sparkling with hope and wonder. As the night wore on and the first light of dawn began to break, the youngsters, tired yet content, decided to call it a night. They made their way down the lighthouse, their hearts full of memories they would cherish forever. Jake's birthday party at the lighthouse wasn't just a celebration of another year. It was a testament to the bond he shared with his friends, and the magic that lay in the simple joys of life. Back in town, as the sun began its ascent, the sleepy residents of Havenbrook were met with a pleasant surprise. The lighthouse, which usually emitted a steady white glow, was now illuminated in vibrant colors, thanks to the lanterns left behind by the youngsters. For days, people spoke of the mesmerizing sight, adding another tale to the legend of the Havenbrook Lighthouse. And so, in a quiet coastal town, amidst the rhythmic sound of crashing waves, a new tradition was born, celebrating special moments at the beacon that had stood the test of time, witnessing the stories of countless generations. The day of reversed roles. The sun streamed into the Bennett household, its rays dancing on the breakfast table set with pancakes, fruits, and steaming cups of tea. But this wasn't an ordinary morning. The house buzzed with excitement, for today was the annual role reversal day. It began 3 years ago when the youngest member, 10-year-old Sam, proposed a unique idea, a day where each family member would swap roles. This meant parents acting like children and vice versa. The family loved the concept, and thus, a new Bennett tradition was born. Dressed in his dad's oversized shirt and tie, Sam took on the role of the man of the house. His teenage sister, Lily, wore her mom's apron, ready to take on household responsibilities. Meanwhile, Mr. Bennett wore Sam's baseball cap backward, and Mr. Bennett giggled in one of Lily's summer dresses. The day commenced with Dad, Sam heading to work, which meant he would be in his makeshift office, the garden shed, making important decisions like which toys needed fixing. Mom Lily busied herself in the kitchen, attempting to prepare lunch while occasionally calling out for her kids to behave. Mr. Bennet, embodying his role perfectly, sprawled on the couch, his attention fixed on a video game, occasionally letting out shouts of frustration or glee. Mr. Bennet was engrossed in a teenage magazine, giggling at the celebrity gossip. Lunchtime brought the family together. Lily proudly presented her dish, a slightly charred but edible spaghetti. They laughed, appreciating her efforts, and relishing the food before them. The afternoon saw the kids, Mr. and Mr. Bennet, cycling around the neighborhood, visiting the local ice cream parlor, and even having a minor squabble over who got the larger scoop. They returned home, slightly out of breath but beaming with joy. Sam, after a tiring day at his office, decided the family needed a meeting. Gathering them in the living room, he shared updates on the toy repair status and even presented a drawn chart showing the profits they made that day, a whopping 10 marbles. As evening approached, the family prepared for their role reversal day party, inviting neighbors and friends. The house was filled with laughter and amusement as other families were inspired by the Bennets' unique tradition. The party ended with a dance-off between the kids and the adults. With old records playing in the background, the room was filled with an infectious energy, making it hard to tell who truly had won by the end of it. Exhausted but content, the Bennets settled down, reflecting on the day. They realized the beauty of this tradition wasn't just the fun they had but the insights it provided. The children understood the responsibilities their parents shouldered, and the adults were reminded of the joys and simple pleasures of childhood. In the Bennet household, the Day of Reversed Roles wasn't just an event, it was a reminder of the bond they shared, their understanding for one another, and the love evident in their playful interactions. And as the moonlight replaced the sun, casting a silvery glow, the Bennets, irrespective of their roles, drifted into a peaceful slumber, eagerly awaiting the adventures the next role reversal day would bring.